Welcome to another episode of Wayne's Insight. In this episode, I'm going to teach you how to spawn angelfish and raise to fry. Raising an angelfish isn't really that hard at all. All you really need is a male and a female and give it time. Another key to spawning these beautiful fish is to get the temperature and the water parameters right. You want to have temperature around 75 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. This is off topic, but there's my water sprite purling. Feeding angelfish a mixed variety in foods and a healthy diet is also key. You want your angelfish to be fat like that. Angelfish require a high protein diet. Foods like bloodworms, New Life Spectrum, hikari, omega-1, stuff like that is very excellent foods. Frozen foods too. I found out frozen food can trigger spawning just like that. It may take you up to 6 months to a year, or can happen in a couple weeks to form a pair. If you're wanting to form a pair, the best thing to do is go out and buy 6 juvenile angels. Raise them up to adults, and eventually 2 angels will pair off if they're male and female. Angelfish will usually lay their eggs anywhere in the aquarium. They can lay them on the glass, on the Amazon sword plants, on a piece of rock, slate, or even on the intake or outtake of a filter. This pair right here, they've been known to lay their eggs on these 2 Amazon swords right here, and that's what they do in the wild. So if that's what they feel comfortable with, they will do it. And they will move their eggs once in a while. The eggs were on this leaf right here first. In a couple days, they were moved down to this leaf. Your pH can be anywhere from 6.5 to 6, sometimes 7, sometimes. Captive bred angelfish can usually withstand more fluctuating pHs, but if you want to keep it good, keep it around 6.5. You may want to remove other fish when angelfish are spawning. Angelfish can be very aggressive when they're spawning. They can kill other fish to defend their eggs. You can see I've got 3 angels on this side, and there's 2 here. That's a pair. This is the white blushing, a gold angel, gold veil angel, and there's a koi angel over there. Right now I'm trying to spawn off this gold angel with this female blushing. I know this one's a female. Haven't been too sure on this one. There are many different ways to sex an angelfish, but the only true way is to find the papilla, and the only way to do that is when they're spawning. This white blushing who's trying to get over to eat the eggs, and you can see the female is getting very aggressive. She does not want anything to do with them. But I thought the female blushing was a male. She was a sister of this marble right here, and they had every kind of physical feature the same. Even aggression when it comes to Even their aggression patterns were the same, but I was fooled when she spawned. She was a female. Now that you've actually got some angel fry, what are you going to put them in? Let's set up a breeder tank. The best option to go when raising angelfish fry is to set up a separate tank for the fry to grow and raise in. A perfect size tank to start out with angelfish fry is a 10-gallon tank. You can pick these up from Walmart to PetSmart to Petco, anywhere from roughly to $10 to $15. The temperature is going to be key in keeping tropical angelfish. You want to have them around 75 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. If the water temperature is too low, they will simply die. And higher water temperatures can have better situations. Higher water temperature will also lead to faster growth for angelfish fry. When setting up an angelfish fry tank, it's best to go with the bare bottom tank. Gravel and sand might look good, but all they're going to do is collect detritus and waste and lead to higher nitrates and ammonias and phosphates, which will kill your angelfish fry in the end. And with a clean surface like this, you can easily take the siphon in at the end of the day and do water changes and clean the bottom of the tank. For decoration purposes, nothing is really necessary. Angelfish fry can live happily in a bare tank with nothing but a filtration system. You can put in a few rocks and a few plants in here for hiding purposes and for vegetation. The water sprite, or the narrow leaf water sprite in this case, also known as wisteria or pond water sprite, This is an excellent source for angelfish fry. Angelfish fry will graze on this plant, and it's also a great nutrient absorber. Easy maintenance. All you really got to do is have it in the tank and it'll grow for you. Low light too, so you don't need expensive lighting. When the angelfish are scared, this is a perfect place for them to hide in too. For filtration, there's many ways to go about it, but for fry tank, you want to keep it simple. The sponge filter is second to best in my opinion, but it needs to be along with the hang on the back filter, in my opinion. With both filters, you can achieve maximum filtration. The sponge filtration is very good for young fry. Young fry won't get sucked into it, but particles will. And it also hosts a biological area where beneficial bacteria can grow. Also, it supplies vast amounts of oxygen to keep your pH stable into the aquarium. The best filtration for fry, in my opinion, is the hang on the back filter. This is an Aqueon, a 20-gallon Aqueon. The filter is not safe right now because you can see it's collecting duckweed, and angelfish fry would easily get sucked into that. What you can do though is take a sponge from any local store, Family Dollar, Dollar General, Walmart, whatever. You can take a pencil or a knife and cut a hole inside of it and slide the sponge on top of the filter so it protects the filter intake but also keeps filtering out particles. You can also use carbon in your filter for when you're raising angelfish fry. I'm using Aquatech carbon, nothing fancy, just simple. You can go high tech with Nitrosorb or ChemiPure Elite or something to remove ammonias and nitrates, but in this case I can just do water changes in a 10-gallon tank. We're going to keep it simple. So what about lighting? I'm using an Odyssey 18-inch dual bulbed 48-watt plant fixture. This is totally not necessary for a fry tank. This is what I happen to have lying around, and I'm going to use it. You want to monitor your light. Have it on to 6 to 8 hours a day, though, because if you keep this thing on all day, it's going to stress the angelfish fry out, and it's going to cause some serious algae blooms. Water flow in the aquarium is crucial too for angelfish fry. You don't want to have a water flow that's chaotic and swishing them around. That would enable them to get their food, but you do want to have a little bit of water flow so it's not stagnant. Water flow from a hang on the back filter or a sponge filter will work perfectly. Also, this is a type of moss. This is Christmas moss. Angelfish fry will also graze on Christmas moss. It's a great supplement for food. If you don't want to go all out with a brine shrimp hatchery, you can get some New Life Spectrum small fry starter. This is a great food. I use it. Angelfish fry will take a little, it might take a few minutes to go at it the first time they eat, but once they eat, they'll catch on and they'll go for it automatically. This food is so small and porous, it's just perfect for small angelfish fry or any kind of fry. And New Life Spectrum is a very, very good brand. I highly recommend it. Also, if you don't feel like doing New Life Spectrum fry starter food, you can feed your angelfish or any other kind of fry egg yolk. You can hard boil egg yolk. I've got a video and I'll put it in the description. You can check that out. If you don't have any fry foods such as New Life Spectrum or freshly hatched brine shrimp, if you've got an egg laying around in your fridge, you can use that to feed your fish. Check out the description for that video. So here's an overview on what you need to do with your angelfish fry. First of all, you want to have a bare bottom tank. That way you can siphon any waste or dead fish out of the tank very easy and it won't cause nitrate spikes. For filtration, you can go with a sponge filter or hang on the back filter or both. But if you're going to do a hang on the back filter, make sure you cut a sponge and put it over the intake on the filter. For temperature you want to have around 75 to 77. Now my room stays warm due to room temperature, so I don't need a heater in this case, but maybe I'll need one at nighttime. We'll regulate that and find out. For plants, you can use stuff like wisteria, they'll graze on it, and I also use duckweed too to help pull out some nutrition. If your angelfish pair is big enough or small enough, you can keep them in a certain size tank with their angelfish fry. But I found out through experience it's easy to remove the fry once they start free swimming.